Welcome to BreezeLine, where you'll say, ta-ta T-Mobile, because we've got more reliable home internet that's a whole lot faster. In fact, 10 times faster. No, seriously, because we have real internet backed by our fiber-powered network. And T-Mobile, well, they just have a 5G cellular network. So act now to get superior home internet. Find your perfect speed with prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 24 months. Terms and conditions apply. Go to breezeline.com to learn more.
Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast, the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. I see the multi-talented audience members lining up. Thank you. Lining up. There's three making a comment. One of them is Patrick, who I think is in South Carolina. Patrick is just a shit stir over on my old show's subreddit. He's been like going out of his way to get these people all in a tizzy over there, working in the name of your old pal Eric Zane. And it's driving these people bonkers. Oh, my God. There was a discussion on there about, I guess, the young lady, Kelly, wasn't there yesterday. And so somebody made a post about that. It might even be deleted now. But he said, oh, yeah, it was another great show on the Eric Zane Show podcast today. He went out of his way to bring it up, something that has nothing to do with me. Oh, no. And that just, the steam shooting out of their ears, how easily they get wound up. So much so that the people who run the site are like, all right, we have created a rule. If you violate said rule, you will be dismissed. And then he's just fucking with them. And they take the bait. Oh my God, do they take the bait? Man. And so I go, I'm thinking to myself, this guy's going to get, hey, Josh, how are you? He's going to get, what do you call it? Banned. You're going to get a banning. If you, even what I had suggested to you yesterday in that email, I don't even know if that's going to work. I think you've burned really hot and bright, but you may be about to get shown the door. Oh, man. Tyler says you're going to get ban-axed. It's going around. We will have a Ben and Eric Patreon podcast tonight. Josh, I think that's your name, Smith J132. No, we didn't have it last night. We're going to do it tonight. Do me a favor, just so I get it right, because I forget what happened last week. Send me an email so that I can, and then write it, hey, add me to the list. If you're new to Patreon and you want to be in on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, I'm going to go ahead and take all of the new people who've signed up and send off an email so you can join us on the show. I don't yet have the free trial people to be able to join us on that. They actually have to have been charged on their account to be officially a member of the Patreon. So I don't know if I'll be able to invite them. If I can swing it, I will. I don't care. The more the merrier. I'd like you all to be able to get a real taste of a full week of the Patreon features that are there, which I tell you what, that free trial has really been productive. I cannot believe it's taken them this long to come up with that. A lot of times you'll see things like this, content where they have that. And it's taken years for them to come up with that. And I've been like dying for them to have that because I did it in my own way, but it wasn't nearly as effective. I would like post on the free platform bits and pieces of things that happen on the show in hopes to generate someone to sign up. And my big thing was like, try it for a month. It's you're only out $5 or $10, and that's a little weird because you're asking people to give money. And then if they don't like it, then they don't like it. Then they're out the $5 or $10. The idea of giving them a free 7 days for them to actually try without any money leaving their pocket is an absolute game changer. And I mean, obviously not everybody is going to like it, but if even a few do, I've gotten like a dozen people who've signed up for the free one for the 7 days. You're encouraged to do that. I totally applaud you. And it's very easy to get out of it if you want to cancel. Broken-hearted yesterday. One of my doves is dead. All right. These two doves have been hanging out over by the bird feeder. This is such an old man thing to do, but it's just fantastic. And now the dove is dead. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And oh my, it was such a bummer to find her. Dead dove on the front lawn. I thought so. Amanda says that's not a good sign. I think you're right. I think if a dove is dead, what's interesting is isn't like a dove the sign of, if you add up all the things, like yesterday I interviewed the dude from the Satanic Temple, Bendr Bones. So interview Bendr Bones. Dead dove on the front lawn. Sounds like the plot of a Hitchcock movie or some shit. Oh, no. All right, so I'm saying it, and I'm getting out in front of it now. Something fucked up happens to me, like the movie The Omen. Remember that one? Damien, a little fucker. Bear in mind this moment right now. Amanda should get 10 minutes for this joke. The bird of peace is the dove. The bird of wisdom is the owl. And the bird of sex is the swallow. Shut up. Amy asks, can Bendr Bones, the Reverend Bendr Bones from the Satanic Temple of West Michigan, can Bendr Bones join the Patreon tonight? I got more than one person saying how attractive Bendr Bones is. That they think he's just a handsome, he's literally a handsome, get it, devil? Uh-huh. I got the impression, though, that Bendr may be of penis consumption. He may be a penis consumer of the penis consumer persuasion. He might be gay. I don't know. My gaydar was going off. There was a little, I mean, I love the guy. He's great. But he's a little bit of a lispy-wispy gay talker. You ever just get the urge when you're in the presence of a lispy-wispy gay talker to say, hey, you sound like a gay. Are you gay? I want to know. Linda says her gaydar did not go off. Maureen's did slightly. It was the style of talking. It's just that. I love the guy. He's probably going to hate me now after that crack. You see, I'm gun shy now. I'm gun shy to make a joke because I'm afraid somebody's going to rage out at me. Tyler says his gaydar was going off. Bendr Bones. Is that a PA prank name? And by the way, Bendr spells it Bendr. But it was great. Enjoyed him. Chris says his gaydar went off listening to him at the committee meeting, but not so much in the interview. Amanda says, ask a gay that can smell their own. Ryan says the same thing. Since the gaydar, the commission meeting, but not in my interview. Linda says, I think he's just theatrical. We need to get one of our famous gay audience members, Kyle Ryan, who's usually in here with us, to weigh in on the gayness. Anyway, he was great. I enjoyed having him on there. I actually got an interesting email from someone who I'll have to come back to it. It was he was talking about having the balls to interview him. And he wrote, you're Catholic, and I'm Catholic. I'm like, well, yeah, Catholic, but, I'm not practicing anymore. I don't know if I can still call. I think I'm always a Catholic, but I'm not going to Catholic Mass anymore, in case people are just tuning in after a certain amount of time away. I had a bit of a falling out with the church. Nothing direct. I was kind of like, wait a minute. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I can stick my head in the sand on this anymore. Some equality issues. How come some people are allowed to get married, but others are not? That was the big thing. Maureen says, no wonder those pearl clutchers were so upset. A gay devil was in their midst. I got a dog wandering around. Got to be careful she doesn't pee. She's been doing that lately. Vet appointment yesterday for Darla. 2 weeks ago, she was 13.4 pounds. Yesterday, she's 21.4. Oh, my. Yes, she is absolutely growing quickly. They actually, the vet, okay, you get the checkup, and then they go, all right, now I have to go and show her off to all of the employees because she's such a popular dog, bulldog puppy. Any puppy that comes through there, they have to show it around, and she's not she's still a puppy, so. That if she were an adult dog, nobody would give a fuck. I think if in bracketology, if you had to go puppy, hold on a second, puppy versus baby, puppy wins every time. Puppies are way cuter than babies. I'd take a puppy any day. Yeah, fuck babies. Don't use that line against me. Babies can fuck off when it comes to puppies. I mean, I love babies. But puppies are superior cuteness. It's not even close. I would take a kitten over a baby. Now, when babies are first born, just like Ryan says, most babies are alien and gross. When they're first born, they're hideous. They're disgusting creatures. They just look like shit. All babies, when they're first born, look like fuck. Weeks later, when the swelling goes down and the Ute cream is long since gone, I mean, then they're reasonably cute, but they still don't do anything really cute. It's still a long time before they start to see you and smile. Yeah, they're fucked up. Crazy Ashley says, was it Seinfeld with the ugly baby episode? I think so. I don't remember a bit of Seinfeld. For the longest time, I thought I'd never watch that show. But then on the latest edition of Who Are These Zanes, I indicated that I did remember Seinfeld because I recited an episode to Joe from Joe and the Poor Boy. Chris from Buffalo says, and everybody on Facebook is like, oh my God, your baby's so cute. Yeah, it's not. Your baby's not cute. It's fantastic that the baby is there, But no, not cute at all. There's no such thing as a cute baby. Miracle, so sweet, fantastic. These are all alternative words you can use, but not adorable, cute, attractive, human-like. These are words that you cannot use. Tyler says, I don't know, my baby is pretty damn cute. Yeah, now, but when the kid is first born, like day of, you're like, oh, God, get this fucking thing out of here. And besides, you're a dad. All parents think that their actual kids are cute. But the doctor is like, oh, God, this is fucking bad. All right. So we did the follow-up on our Satanist, Satanic temple, which, you know, what's interesting is the Satanic temple, they haven't been around long. The one thing I have trouble wrapping my mind around is how they don't believe in Satan and don't believe in evil, yet they're called the Satanic temple. That would be like the Church of Christ not believing in good and not believing in Jesus. I can't, I'm trying to connect the dots in my brain as best that I can. And I still am struggling with that. What's the point? And he explained it, but I think the words bounced off me a little. I'll have to go back and break it down again because we did cover that. But I'm still not sure what the fuck he was talking about. The Queen of the Forest is leaving me again. She, for extended time, every year this happens. The school year ends tomorrow. She's not even going to work for the last day of school. She is leaving with various students and teachers for the East Coast trip. Now, this is a wonderful opportunity for her to have an affair with like one of the other chaperones or teachers. She is completely gone and, you know, staying in hotels and various different tourist places across the East Coast for the students. Students save up their pennies. They sign up for the East Coast trip. They go by bus. They drive through Canada. They stop in Niagara Falls. Oh, yeah, that's great. Diana, that's day one of the affair. And then they go to, I don't know, I think it's Gettysburg. On the battlefield, affair continues. And then the next stop is, I don't know, I think Philadelphia, see the Liberty Bell. Affair continues. Fenway Park, you go to, and then New York City, you go see the 9/11 memorial, the waterfalls, whatever, you know, all that stuff. And what a thing though for the kids. I mean, for me, when I was growing up, we never had anything like that. The most elaborate thing I ever remember when I was going to school was like to the local cider mill for a field trip. Or the Henry Ford Museum, which to a child sucks. Greenfield Village, Henry Ford Museum. You know, I mean, my God, you got the history of what Ford did in the automobile industry. That's fucking fantastic if you're an old cock. But if you're a kid, you're looking around and go, what the fuck is this? Maybe go to Boblo Island. See what I did there? I took Boblo and maybe to make Mabley. Boblo Island. Oh, my God. It's a Detroit amusement park. You go to a dock. You get on this fucking boat. And then you go to this island where there's all sorts of shitty amusement park rides. Terrible. Now defunct. Belly up. So I guess Boblo wasn't so bad when you're a kid. It's a hell of a lot better than the Henry Ford Museum when you're a kid. Now these fuckers are driving all across the East Coast. getting into God knows what. So she is the chaperone. And every year, she's like, that's it. I'm not doing it again. I go, well, seriously, school year's over. What? Stay home. As a parapro, an extension of the teacher, you should enjoy the 3-month vacation that the teachers get. As we all know, if you're a teacher, what you do is you work 8 or 9 months a year and then claim that you don't make any money. You bitch and moan with the $65,000 a year you make for 8 months of work. What does that work out to? 65,000 divided by 8. So $8,125 a month. If that worked out to 12 months, that's $97,500. So, boy, I don't know how they can make it. Why don't you take those 3 or 4 months you have off and, I don't know, if you're so worried about the money, maybe work during those 3 or 4 months like the rest of the world does? Or, I don't know, dip your toes in the water, poolside, go on East Coast trips, and have random sex with other chaperones. Notice that I keep saying other chaperones. They got to keep this legal. Leave your husband to wash the ass of the NFK. Awesome. While that's all going on, which, by the way, this is the trip that my son went on when he was in school. And 2 big mysteries of the universe. He walked into the, what do you call it? Gettysburg. Gettysburg was Revolutionary War? Civil War? I don't remember. I do this every year at this time. Battle of Gettysburg. Yeah, that was a Revolutionary War battle. Fought July 1 through the 3rd, 1863. You go there in the Battle of Gettysburg. Casualties and losses, by the way. Wait, did I say Revolutionary War? I meant Civil War. What an asshole. It's embarrassing. So you got the Union and the Confederate States in this battle. What a bloodbath. In 3 days, the Union lost 23,000 dudes, and the Confederates lost between 23,000 and 28,000. Can you imagine the cleanup at that battlefield when that went on? I don't know how much ground was covered in the battlefield. I mean, I don't know the actual acreage, but you got 50,000 dead guys between 2.5 to 3 days. That's intensely horrific. So the school kids go to the battlefield, and there's a gift shop. Why at the Gettysburg gift shop? Why do they have a replica Hitler Youth Dagger? I'll never know, but they did, or they do. I don't know if they still sell it. But my son, third question, why is my son, Jim, interested in a Hitler Youth Dagger on a school trip at the Gettysburg gift shop? None of those things fit. Where do we start? Let's start with, at a school event, why is my son walking onto the bus with a Hitler Youth Dagger? How did that even happen? Now, I do know for a fact that the guy in charge, the teacher in charge, his name is Kevin. I still bust his balls about this to this day. He still is in charge of the trip with the Queen of the Forest. He was aware that Jim bought the Hitler Youth Dagger and walked it onto the bus. Now, this was probably 2011, maybe 2012. We are well into, if you even think about a weapon in school, you're suspended for life. Let alone buying one and bringing it onto a bus. A weapon. A Hitler. It had a swastika on it. A replica of a Hitler Youth Dagger. My son goes, that looks fun. Purchased it at the Gettysburg gift shop and brought it onto the school bus. Was going, hey guys, look what I got. They're passing it around the fucking bus. And Kevin's going, oh, yeah, that's something. How the fuck did you do that? And to this day, I discuss this story like I am now. And then it gets back to him. And now he's like of the, that again. It's like, no, not, oh, that again. If you do that, you should be saying, to this day, I'm sorry, and I still cannot believe that happened. That was such a mistake. He's lucky he didn't get shit canned for that deal. I think I put him on the air for it. Oh, my God. I don't know how that one slipped through the cracks. I love the guy, but that was fucked. And then there's the idea of why would they why are they selling that? It's not even the right timeline. I mean, there's a Civil War battle, 1863. We're still almost 90 years, 80 years, right? 70, 80, about 80 years away, less than, between 70 and 80 years away from World War II, before the Nazis started to take over the world. Why the fuck? What's the context there? I'll never understand that. This is a great mystery. And then my son taking an interest in it. So many questions. This was so fucked up that when they have the meeting for this, for all the chaperones like Diana, they say, all right, you guys make sure you have lots of sex with each other. You got a free pass. No one will know. What happens on the trip stays on the trip. And for the love of God, do not allow any Hitler Youth Daggers to be purchased, because we all know what happened. They like reference me. Too late. Damage done. For the rest of your teaching days, this will be a prominent fixture type story. Tyler says, where is the dagger now? Unknown. Tyler adds he was too distracted slipping his dagger to the other chaperones. Chris in Maine writes, ever see A Million Ways to Die in the West? Seth MacFarlane's line, people don't smile in photos because they were poor and miserable. Makes me wonder how much the Civil War soldiers worried about dying. That's random. Radio voice Linda says, my ex-husband was an extra in the Gettysburg movie. I don't even know that there was a Gettysburg movie. All right. Well, so that means EZ. I'm as always very, very busy. But that means that while she's away for some reason, I always like really focus on trying to clean up this disaster of a house with shit everywhere. right now, there's two things that we are at an all-time high for in the Eric Zane Show podcast household. Clutter and overgrowth of vegetation. You ever see those movies, or not movies, online? You can see things like how quickly vegetation overtakes an abandoned home. I think I'm like halfway there. I have such a date with a jug of Roundup. I mean, it's absurd. It's the weeds are so out of control in the backyard that I might be better off using the weed eater to knock them down, because I'll use an entire jug of Roundup on just one weed. Amanda says, don't use it. A Roundup kills grandparents. I'm not interested in any of that. I don't care about that. And you see, remember that guy? He doused his hand in Roundup, and then he got sick. I was like, well, yeah, I'm not going to douse my hand in Roundup, though. I wear gloves. People are like, oh, yeah, Roundup's bad. Yeah, no shit, it's bad. You ever see what it does to weeds? Of course it's bad. You know what else is bad? Gas. I don't drink that. Roundup rules. I don't give a fuck what it does. I don't give a shit if I breathe too much of it, it's going to kill me. It's legendary. I need more. I love Roundup. Remember that a couple years ago when everybody's like, oh, Roundup, oh my God. Corey says that one guy refused to drink the Roundup. What a pussy. It was the guy, I think it was the guy who made Roundup. Like the guy who made Roundup. They said, yeah, this causes cancer. And he says, no, it doesn't. It's safe enough to drink. And they said, no, it's not. If it is, drink it. And I'm like, what a failure on this guy's part. I mean, of course it's not safe enough to drink. Why would you say that? You can't lie and say, yeah, it's safe enough to drink while you're holding a glass of it. And they go, drink it. And he goes, no. You gotta be honest with these people. If this gets on your skin, you'll die. That's what you need to say. All right, does that bother you? No. It means be careful. It means read the label and spray it on things that you want to die. Idiot. Ryan writes, why would you drink Roundup? Bunch of stupid fucks. And of course I'm not going to. Am I going to drink a fucking gallon of oil, too? Hey, yeah, it lubricates my car. Yeah, but it causes cancer. So what? Is it safe to drink? No. No, it's not safe to drink, you fucking idiot. I ought to kick your ass for asking such a stupid question. Fuck you. And then, okay, this is the weekend for your old pal EZ. Friday, take care of Jackie's dog. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I forget. I got to go over there and take care of Cece. Saturday, Berlin Raceway. Come see me. BerlinRaceway.com for tickets. Faith and Family Night. I'm bringing Bendr Bones. I'm kidding. Go to the races. Let out Cece. Saturday. Wait a minute. Sunday. Take care of Cece. Sunday afternoon, 1 to 4. Locks for Rock with King's Room Barbershop. Their Northland Drive location. 1 to 4. There's going to be bands playing there. I'll be there emceeing. People with long hair get their hair cut, and then they donate the hair to a Michigan company, Wigs for Kids, I think it's called, that free of charge makes the wigs and then gives them to like kids that are going through various types of treatments for cancer that causes them to lose their hair. So, I mean, that's an incredible charity. So if you got long hair, donate it. All right? That'll be on Sunday. All in between that, though, I'm like cleaning the house, mowing the lawn. That's the other thing. My lawn is so long. The neighbors hate me. It's so bad. I mean, and I live in between the president and the treasurer of the homeowners association, and I'm breaking every rule known to man. This fucking massive RV was in the driveway for like way too long. You're only supposed to keep it in there for like 48 hours. I always double that. Yesterday, I finally got it out of the driveway and took it back to where it's supposed to be. And then all that does, though, is reveals the jungle-like grass. It's so long that when the grass gets so long, it seeds, like like little seeds get on the end of each blade. It's like a harvest, you know? It's like a wheat field. I'm going to mow it, and then I can roll it up into those big, giant things of hay and, like, sell it. I've actually got a yield in the front and backyard. It's so bad, you start the mower, you move 1 inch, empty the bag. People are like, yeah, what are you doing? You're supposed to mulch it. I'm like, fuck you. You ever see a fucking idiot who mulches his lawn? And there's clumps of shit everywhere, and it smells like fuck, and then it dies. It's brown. It's terrible. No, you put that shit in the bag, and you throw it away. It's bad for the environment. Fuck you. It looks like shit. Use Roundup. Bag the clippings. That's what I say. All right. For those of you that are watching the show on Facebook, and Twitter and YouTube, it is time to say goodbye. If you want the rest of the show, you can get it on Twitch, twitch.tv / Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app and then just search Eric Zane Live. Off you go. You can listen to the audio podcast on your favorite platform. In fact, I definitely recommend, whether you listen to it or not, subscribing on whatever platform you want. That helps your old pal EZ. Follow me on all the usual spots: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and as I said, Twitch as well. If you ever want to say hello, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. And what else? That's about it. Oh, and Patreon is a free 7-day trial. As I mentioned, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for a free 7 days. You do need to put a form of payment on there, because if you wait 1 second longer than the 7 days, you will be charged. Getting out in front of that so you know. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Otherwise, thank you. Twitch and Facebook brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. All right, listen up. I always sit up a little taller when HelloFresh partners with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Look, HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping. It's also 25% cheaper than takeout. Because if you're going to prepare a meal like this at home that you're going to get restaurant quality food through HelloFresh, you're going to have to go to the store and buy all these giant bottles of ingredients, which are probably going to sit in your home forever until they expire, and then you throw them away. Not so with HelloFresh. Everything is pre-portioned for that meal. Shows up at your house. You look like a genius. The food is fantastic, and everybody is going to love you. I am not kidding you. I've never been so sure about something. HelloFresh.com/Zane16. When you go that route, you use code ZANE16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. HelloFresh.com/Zane16 and use code ZANE16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. You're going to love this. Try it. And the month of May is perfect because HelloFresh is celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So you can try limited time, authentic recipes created in partnership with an amazing chef by the name of Serbi Sani of New York City's Tagmo restaurant. So you will be able to do that in your own home. I'm not kidding you. Do this. HelloFresh.com/Zane16. Promo code Zane16. 16 free meals. What have you got to lose? Plus free shipping. Try it today. HelloFresh. Amen. James in Granville says, no, you mulch that in. Yeah, it never works. Never looks good. And then, God forbid, if you walk across the lawn, it's all over your shoes. And then you track it into your house. And it's like, well, yeah, what kind of asshole leaves his shoes on when he goes? I do. I always leave my shoes on. I hate places that you go in and you have to take your shoes off. When I go to Meijer, do I take my shoes off? No. Leave your shoes on. That's what floors are for. That's what vacuums and brooms are for. Leave your shoes on. If you come to my house and you take your shoes off, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Ryan says, how many inches would you estimate your lawn is currently, Big Fraud Zane? I would say 14 or 15 inches. Ryan says, even better, you're self-seeding your lawn. It's actually great for your yard. Mulch that shit in. There's no clumps of shit, you stupid fuck. He refers to me. Send me the info on locks for rock. Kent, drop the E, add a U. He says, my son Jude has, I love that name, by the way, has really long hair, and he would love to donate it. Okay, I don't want to look for it this second, so just pay attention. Sunday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., King's Room Barbershop, Northland Drive, Grand Rapids. Officially, that's 5300 Northland Drive, Grand Rapids, Michigan. King's Room Barbershop, right by Versluis Park. Can't miss it. There it is. King's Room Barbershop. Go there, 1 to 4, Sunday. Across the street from the Score. There you go. How's that? That all adds up, doesn't it? And then I'll see you there, okay? Maureen says, did Kenney take his shoes off when he stayed with you? You, my dear, are a troublemaker. I was going to wait until the end of the show to discuss that with you all. But since you bring it up, I'm not happy about this. I am not happy that that Kenney is not here. But unfortunately, it kind of had to be. I am over the lash outs and the rage outs and the out of the blue craziness and nonsense. And for what this is, the dumbest thing I have ever heard. The inability to understand how silly this is crazy. Corey must not have been here yesterday. Yeah, you're a big fan. Says, wait, Kenney is gone. Yes, Kenney is gone. He actually, because I was referencing Z-Speed Mobile Mechanics on this show as a sponsor, he was so hurt by that I got a rage out text message from him about how fucked up that is. I was blown away. And this now was the final straw. I had it. I said, it's time to end this madness. I'm tired of it and I'm over it. I had to pause the show yesterday so I could go downstairs and take my brother-in-law to the doctor. In between the ending of the show to the start of the second half of the show, because I did it in two parts. You won't be able to tell on the audio podcast because I edited it together. I get a rage out text in caps, part of it in caps, and knock that fucking shit off. And I'm like, we're not close enough for you to talk to me that way. Fuck this and fuck you. And, what's a bummer is he had been doing really well, and I had been enjoying his presence on the show. And, we're not going to do that. I looked at this as like when you're in a relationship with someone and bad things keep happening, and then, it subsides and you make amends, and then it happens again, and then it happens again, and then it happens again. So fuck it. I don't have the time in my life for dramatics from a random guy in the audience who thinks he can talk to me that way over Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic, because I would go on the show and say, hey, this portion of the show brought to you by Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. Are you serious? What a thing. I mean, like, if I said something horrible about like his family member, because he had got pissed off because of when I would take his posts that he would make on social media about whatever he was complaining about, which was always a lot, and then bring it up. And he got really, really butthurt about that. And he unfriended me, and I understood. I actually said, all right, buddy. And then, I think we had established a kind of like a cohesiveness between us in that time. And he has been providing some wonderful moments on this show and nice comments, and he was funny and fun. But then this fucking nosedive into the abyss was like, all right, I was reminded of all of this shit. We have gone down this road. Every few months, there's another blow up that, fuck it. And then, per usual, the way it usually works is Kenney usually, when we have these blowups, he then goes to a person who's not involved and sends them a long email, very melodramatic, usually listing all of the things that that should be like that of when the times when they were good. He's done it to our beloved Megan at Irvine's. He did it to Linda. Hey, can you believe this? Oh, my God. And he's done it to Diana. And so immediately after this all went down, when I said, you know what, I've had enough. I'm done. I can't deal with this shit anymore. It's time to cut loose. I said to Diana, I go, be on the lookout. You will be getting a message from Kenney sometime today. Watch. And true to form, she did. And it's like, dude, fucking grow up. What kind of a fucking twat goes that route? And like my wife has time to deal with you with whatever it is you're hurting. And then, of course, it's like, oh, I love. It's all about love. I love everybody. I love this. I love that. Oh, my God. Don't fucking say it. And I said, I don't even want to read it. You can save it. Maybe one day I'll get up the nerve to want to read that shit. But I have already spent enough time on Kenney. I have had it. Josh says, when fans try to become the content creators, it gets hairy. Corey says, the last of the Zaniacs bites the dust. Maureen says, at Amanda, I thought for sure Kenney would contact you. Brandis says, whoa. Radio voice Linda says, Kenney is busy contacting his true friends, the Zaniacs. It wouldn't surprise me. Hey, well, guess what? It happened. I predict that did happen. Amanda says, Maureen and I have tried with him. I told him if he gives into it, it's just going to rile Eric up more, but he doesn't learn. I had no idea. Here's the thing about this. If the whole thing about Z-Speed, to get, first of all, worked up about something 2 years ago that happened. And he says, it's fine if you replay the bid, but to make them a sponsor like that, and they're not really a sponsor, that's the joke. That's why at the bottom of the crawl, I'm leaning into it by saying, the show brought to you by Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic. Of course that's not true. And he's so dumb that he can't wrap his mind around the comedic angle of this because he's such an egomaniac. In his text of like, oh my God, I fucking hate shit, fuck. It's okay to replay the bit, but you can't say, he's telling me what I can and can't do. And in a fuck you way, I showed you the text on yesterday's show. I shared it with you. I don't want to do it right now. And it's like, maybe if you didn't talk to me like a bitch and said, hey, dude, I know this sounds dumb, but do you think maybe you could, like adults do? Because I honestly had no idea. I never believed for a second that you could be so dumb that this is something that would actually really bother you. But this is not a smart man. This is a moron. Okay? Nice guy sometimes, but I can't. I'm out. Corey says, did not see this coming. He's just supposed to go. He's just supposed to go with it. Maureen says, this is true, Amanda. I tried with him too. Amanda says, like I do. Amanda gets so much shit. She's got rhino skin. I bet you her vagina is rhino skin. If you were to have sex with Amanda because of the rhino skin, you'd have to use like a concrete pulverizer just to get it past the labia. She's got a labia of steel. Amanda says, did I get butthurt when Eric talks to me and then promotes Adam and Eve? No. No, Kenney is not fit for the show. He can't handle it. He thinks when I do this shit that it's like real. Okay? Like when I'm talking about my wife having sex with various chaperones. He might laugh at that, but then in an instant, if you work him into it and talk about Z-Speed, oh no, don't. Fuck that shit. Fuck you. Cole, I think it's Cole who's NW980 says, will we still get the Kenney impression? I need the Kenney impression. Oh, fuck it. Oh my God. Of course. Of course you're still going to get that's the greatest impression I've ever done. You can't tempt Z-Speed as a sponsor. I don't, you twat. LV Moki or Maki says, the first time you did the Z-Speed ad, I nearly fell off my forklift at work. Chris in Maine says, I don't know why Kenney is so upset. You only gut him constantly over being a child with poor taste in every aspect of his life. Brandis says, he really expected you to not have a sponsor because of a bad experience he had with that sponsor. So weird. Of course, you may not know. You've been in and out, Brandis. I know that this was all just a joke. There is definitely not. They're definitely not a sponsor. Ryan says, it's too bad. This is a great bit. I usually look forward to the Kenney phone call where he shrugs it off. Yeah, exactly. I did too. The inconsistency in his personality is too much. I can't have an adversary screaming at me through text, treating me like he's the fucking boss. Linda says, Ted Lasso finale actually made me cry yesterday, and I can't discuss it with Kenney, LOL. Well, I'm glad, because that show sucks, and so do you for liking it. Corey says, even then, angry text is not the way to handle it. Yeah, I think if Kenney had gone and done it appropriately, as much as I would have said, well, this is stupid that you're upset about this. But if he had talked to me like an adult and not a piece of shit, I wouldn't have responded with, I think my response will be, fuck you. That's it. We're done. Cole writes, if you called Z-Speed, he probably wouldn't even remember Kenney, but Kenney's been pissed for 2 years over it. Oh, yeah. Chris in Maine says, if Kenney's inner circle wasn't 12-year-olds playing Halo, he might have a friend who's a mechanic. Brandon says, oh, I thought they were a sponsor, but either way, this is still fucking stupid. Oh, absolutely. Stupid. Fuck that. So dumb. Nick says, should feel honored to be roasted on your show. The Chibians. Eric Zane, when you call my ass, call that work phone or else you will be paying in hell dollars. Thank you. We'll be bringing Kyle in just a second. All right. So that is the aftermath, the epilogue of Kenney, who I imagine is still watching. He can't keep away. That's fine. I don't care if you watch the show. I banned your usernames, your any other Joe or whatever, any old Joe one, and your Zildjian one. If I detected you, again, if you like make a comment and I think that, or if you say, hey, this is Kenney, I'm gonna cut you out. He's not. I refunded his money for the last month on Patreon. Thank you for your support, but I can't have this anymore. I can't be tied into this. When I break up with somebody, I break up with them. Now, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. I have not looked at what you wrote to Diana. Perhaps in it, because to me, the only thing you can say is, hey, I'm sorry. He started it, according to Diana, with, I stayed at your house, which is the same thing that Andrea did when I kicked her to the fucking curb. I stayed in a hotel room with you. Your daughter watched my kids. You can't unfriend me. No, I can. I certainly, I don't give a fuck. What's done is done. What's happened in the past, it's what matters is what happens today. If you treat me like shit today, you are not associated with me. You're out. Not afraid to cut people out if they treat me like fucking shit. Chris says, for fuck's sake. Holy shit, that doesn't make you family, for fuck's sake. Yeah, exactly. Who gives a fuck if you came over for a campfire? That's whatever. NW980 says, I think we need more antagonist sponsors. Who made Joe's laptop? Let's make them a sponsor. All right. That's all I want to say about that. I did want some follow-up because there are people who are just getting caught up. Kenney was a big part of the show. He drove a lot of content with his silliness. He is very lovable. And I'm sad that it's over. I am very, very upset myself. But that's how it goes. If anybody in the audience, treats me like shit, I'm not going to take that shit. All right? Fuck that. I had no idea Z-Speed was like so hurtful and so impactful. And by the way, it shouldn't be. Grow up. Be an adult. For fuck's sake. You're pissed off at me because I said a portion of my show had a made-up sponsor who you had a bad experience with. That's why I get you lashing out at me? Fuck you, you entitled motherfucker. All right. Anyway, before I bring in my man Kyle here, the open and live stream brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. Get a mortgage from anywhere in the U.S. I love that. It makes me so happy. The number one place to get a mortgage, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Have them roll out the red carpet for you, whether it's your first mortgage or your 10th, a refi, getting money out of your home to pay off a high-interest credit card bill. The real estate market is hot, according to my friend Adam Kasari. Get a mortgage from the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. Thank you, Mario. Joe Martinez, A&E Heating and Cooling. If you have any trouble with your AC or your furnace, you call Joe. And right now in West Michigan, it's oh boy, it's a hot one. Officially a heat wave. This will be our 5th day in a row above 90. It's a dry heat. We are experiencing that. It is not a typical humid Michigan swamp heat. It hasn't rained. We got 0 rain in May. Wasn't there a great song by Blind Melon called No Rain? Oh, my God. Shannon Hoon, who is deceased from Blind Melon, was his voice as the lead singer of Blind Melon. His voice was so enthralling to me, it would put me into a trance. One of my favorite lead singers of all time, Shannon Hoon, No Rain. Oh, my God. Anyway, I digress again. Heat wave, dry as fuck. Yeah, your AC goes out. Call Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579. Let us bring in this absolute legend, Kyle. Speaking of sponsors, it's totally time for Kyle's business, which is part of the dumpster industry, to get aboard again on the Eric Zane Show podcast. You can't tell me that you're having as much success without the Eric Zane Show podcast. It is time for you to put down the cheddar so that I can talk about your fantastic business that you have.
Eric Zane, dude.
Hey, Kyle.
What's up, my dude?
It's good to hear your voice. I missed you last week because I was on vacation.
Yeah, and you didn't tell my ass.
I didn't.
Which is totally fine.
Oh,
but I was on Thursday last week. I was like running around, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, so I popped on the Twitch to prepare myself, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not even going. So all right, we're just gonna fucking go on with the day then.
Shit, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
All right. Did you do anything fun over the holiday?
Yeah, this past weekend, well, actually, it was a little wild. I will say the weekend before last weekend was a pretty shitty weekend. Actually, one of my good friends passed away, and then the next day, my parents' dog got ran over, and so it was kind of a shitty weekend before that. But last weekend was pretty chill, dude. Went up north and had a nice little weekend.
Oh my God! That is 2 very horrific things that have happened. I am so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, May 20th and May 21st, dude. It was a rough. Let's see. It's probably like a 28-hour period or so of just pure shit.
Now I'm curious. The pal had to be very, very young. I mean, like we're talking mid-30s.
Yeah. Yep. Just I think like 3 years older than me, or a little less than that.
Was it a chronic thing or was it sudden?
It was sudden. A lot of details that I really don't feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
It sucked.
I probably already asked too much. And then the dog. Oh, dude, I tell you what, one thing after the other. I'm so sorry. Mom and Dad were probably. Are they doing okay?
Yeah, they got a little better after a little bit of time, but it was weird because we were actually planning on going out there that day, and I called my mom and I'm like, yeah, we're getting ready to head out, and she's like, okay, cool, and she called me back like 4 minutes later, and she was like, don't come, and she's crying and stuff. But yeah, my parents, they moved out to the Boons, right? I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Like in Allegan, Hopkins area.
Right.
So
right.
They're still trying to get used to like the Boone lifestyle, which is that, you got a lot of land. So your dogs just kind of run free.
Yeah.
But there's also fucking farmers, dude. And the farmers are coming down the roads in those big ass fucking huge things, not like a tractor, but like those things that have like maybe a combine. Maybe it's called a combine.
No.
I don't know.
The dog got run over by a combine?
Yeah, it was one of those big ass huge fucking things. And like the farmer didn't even stop or nothing. So yeah, my dad got super pissed and went and confronted him and everything. I don't even know what happened with that. Yeah, we're going over this weekend, so I'm gonna get the whole lowdown.
Motherfucker, man. Yeah, you gotta beat the fuck out of that farmer if he saw it.
I know. That's what we were like. My dad, he knows some other farmers, and he asked them. They're like, "Oh yeah, he probably didn't even know because it's like a big ass machine, and you can't really tell because you're bouncing all around and shit." And I'm like, well, still, I'm like, I got pissed, and I'm like, still, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's your responsibility to like be looking around, constantly, And like, sure, you might miss it, but at least like be alert,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry. I had to walk away from the phone for a second because the dog was chewing on a fucking blanket.
That'll happen every once in a while.
But I could hear you. Oh, man. Well, all right. So everybody's putting that behind them. Last weekend, not bad. Did you get drunk?
No. Daddy doesn't drink anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. Once the old Chibians Prince was born, I had to stop it.
Oh, my God. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, so it's pretty good for like my gut, I will say. Like, you don't have like the beer weight, you know what I mean? Like where you just like look kind of chubby because of that. So now the only reason I'm chubby now is because of food.
Oh, so Blue, she's like, oh yeah, now I can mount and have an easier time having sex with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're probably more attractive. I didn't think that was possible. Oh my God.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people they don't think I could get any more attractive.
Right on.
It's the curse I live with.
Okay. Well, it's so good to hear your voice again. What do you want to start off with? What's on your mind?
So here's a fucking, me trying to start off with these hot takes to start out hot here. I don't know if you remember this because your memory is similar to that of shit. But, like the last time we talked, I was fucking around, like joking around about like those weird topics that I find around the world.
Yes.
And one of the topics was, remember it was like somebody stole a bunch of organs from a church, and it was like that the church was hoping that they would repent, and I was like, they won't. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do remember that.
I'm scrolling through the fucking headlines today, and guess what headline I see, Eric Zane? It says, answered prayers, Tennessee church recovers truckload of organ pipes. And I fucking couldn't believe it, dude.
Wow. So
but I will say, like, the guy didn't bring them back or nothing. They just fucking ditched the truck with all the organs in it, as, criminals tend to do. So it wasn't like a repent situation, but they did get those fucking organs back, baby.
So you're saying organs, but you mean organ pipes?
Yes.
Okay. So that now, is it when they stole the fucking thing, was it like, hey, let's get the metal? You know how like metal recyclers will give you cash for those fucking things?
You know what? I think that I am similar to the whole pork situation. I was not paying attention to the fact that organ pipes are not the organs themselves. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you think? Come on.
Well, no, I know what organ pipes are. I mean, I know, I see the pipes. I know what for some reason, when I read organ pipes, my brain was just like, don't even see the word pipes, just see organs. So that's what happened.
You mean up until just this second, you thought it was like the truck had a liver in it and kidneys?
No. I thought it had the organs themselves, like like when you play an organ,
right? You know like the keyboard.
That, but yes, those churches, like the old churches, have those big ass fucking pipes.
Right.
So I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they take the fucking pipes and they try to sell them. But the problem with that is, if you go to a metal recycler and say, "Here you go," and but it's a national story, everybody's talking about the missing pipes. They're gonna know right away. So that's probably why they fucking ditched the thing.
Yeah, straight. That's hilarious. Just going up there because I've been to the metal yard, a million times for sure. And, where'd you get all these organ pipes from? Oh yeah, just got them donated. No big deal.
Hey, how much do you get for metal? Is it like next to nothing?
It fluctuates. And fucking like during like COVID and all that stuff, when like everybody was shut down, like you could recycle like metal for like shitloads of money because nobody was making it for like a little while there. But then it went down a little bit, but it slowly inched back up. I mean, if you dropped off like, let's say, like a fridge or something like that, you might get like $15 or something, $20 maybe.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean, what the fuck? So are you still picking? Are you finding a lot of good shit these days?
Oh yeah. That's we actually just cleared out the got rid of that old sewing machine, got rid of some. So the little storefront area is looking a little empty. So yeah, Daddy's trying to find some shit, baby.
All right, what is another story that pops in your brain?
So that was an interesting one. So I will say that, and then listen to this one, Eric Zane. This one is fucking not awesome because somebody died or whatever, but awesome in terms of like, come on, dude. So it says, and this is from May 21st. This is a little bit older, but it says, an Indiana man is dead after a grenade found in grandfather's belongings exploded. Right? Which the article is written by some dude named Joe Hernandez, right? So he's trying to keep it PG or whatever, just in case any kids are, scrolling through NPR or whatever, I guess. But so it says that, but then you get down into the story and you found out the Sheriff Oscar Martinez Jr. says someone reportedly pulled the pin on the device and it detonated. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's what fucking happens when you pull the pins on the fucking grenades, dude.
Oh, no. Did they find out who pulled the fucking pin?
I don't see that in here, but I feel like there's not very many options, right? I feel like either the dad did it, and then the kids are probably going to be a little bit better off because their dad's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be learning life lessons from someone who wants to pull a pin on a grenade. So either it's him or it was one of the kids, and the kids are going to fucking lie about it for sure. They're going to be like, oh, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Or it could be the mom, and it could be like a life insurance.
Yeah, maybe she was like, oh, my God, this is my chance. Pulled the pin, and then she threw it like, World War II style. And
straight up.
And then fucking got the hell out of there. It's like, I don't know. One of the kids must have done it. I mean, seriously. They're going to look into that.
Yeah, she probably like pulled the pin and just yelled Tom Hanks and threw it at him.
Yes. Sure. Oh, my God. And that's incredible. The 17-year-old, the 17-year-old boy, 18-year-old woman hurt. Dad blown to bits. I mean,
I know. So yeah, that's like the not awesome part, but like also like it's a little bit awesome that you pulled the pin and it blew up, I say.
God damn it. How stupid do you have to be? I mean, first of all, this goes back to the grandpa. What kind of asshole has a live grenade, and then the grandpa probably died, and then he never got rid of it. He never thought that someone would do this. What a huge mistake. He's from beyond the grave. He's an asshole. And then whoever the dumb fuck is who pulled the pin, also an asshole.
I know. And you're right. I didn't think about the grandpa, but like, yeah, like why keep it? You know what I mean? And then, like, it'd be funny, like, he was, like, on his deathbed or whatever, and he was, like, trying to tell them, like, oh, fuck, okay, I forgot about the grenade. But then, like, they misheard him because he was dying, so they were just like, I think he wants us to go on a family trip to Grenada, so I think we're going to try that out this Christmas.
Come on. Jesus. Is there anything in your possession? Because there's, you and I are going to die one day, but there's shit that we need to get rid of before we die that we don't want. Do you have anything like that you don't want your kids to witness or see?
No, Eric Zane, this is, I probably told you a million times at this point, but like, I'm a straight up minimalist, baby. I got like nothing, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm married and like I live in a house and like all that stuff, but like in terms of my personal possessions, it's like 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you haven't like made any home porno?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. No home porno.
My God.
But like also, it's like a little different these days because you know what I mean. It's not like we'd be like making like VHS tapes, you know, and then you got to store those.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had like catalog tapes with like a rundown table of contents, you know. At the 3-minute mark, here you go. This happens. At the 5-minute mark, you know, her face looks like a glazed donut. All that shit.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. I feel like these days, if you're an idiot, it might be easy to find. But like you could probably like hide that shit.
Yeah, I know it. So, but what I did was I realized that we weren't into that anymore because we kind of grew out of it. So then I still got all these old home pornos. So I had to burn them. I burned them in the fire pit. Yeah,
you know, probably pretty smart.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Because otherwise, can you imagine everybody's sad, mom and dad aren't there anymore, and they pop in a videotape, and the whole family's gathered around it, and your wife's getting anal?
Right. Wife's getting just straight up, and then you like you pop out, you know, you got your dick and balls just hanging around, and everyone's just like, yeah, dude. Like that's grandpa, and that's actually not that great. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. Oh man. Okay. Well, that took a turn. A turn that I went from hand grenades killing people to home porno.
Yeah, you know, it'll happen once in a while.
What else do you have for us, Kyle?
The headlines are relatively shitty. The only other headline I saw had something to do. I didn't even click on it because it didn't make any fucking sense. But something like in Denmark, somebody spilled some potatoes on a bridge. And they fucking, they held him on suspicion of causing endangerment to life with potatoes. And so whatever, Denmark, I don't ever think about Denmark on a daily basis. So fuck that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one is, just today. 57-year-old truck driver detained Thursday. Loads of potatoes were spilled, just like you indicated, on a key bridge. The driver held on suspicion of causing reckless endangerment to life. Well, fuck. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I don't know, unless he was speeding or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's Denmark, baby.
That's stupid. Fuck those guys. There's even I'm looking at an image of it. I don't know if you're able to see on the Twitch stream. It's not like it's blocked. They're all just like smashed down there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like chill out, Denmark. I mean, this is probably the biggest thing that's ever happened to them, maybe.
Yeah, that's stupid and ridiculous.
Like if there's like some sort of world convention or whatever, where like all the leaders get together and like the U.S. is like, man, you know, we're still recovering from pandemic, or like even 9/11, and like Denmark's like, did you guys see that fucking time when those potatoes spilled on our highway?
Yeah, right.
I know what you're saying.
By the way, Kyle Ryan is enjoying this, and he took one of your quotes. It was the story of the hand grenade, and you said, "Hey, yeah, this is awesome. Someone died."
Oh man, yeah. There's probably like a bunch of really good like one-liners over the course of time of just me starting to say something before I have the end of the sentence constructed, then it always just takes a turn halfway through the sentence.
Yep. All right. We're short on time. Is there anything you want to finish with, Kyle?
Yeah, the only other thing I was going to say is we started season 2 of the fucking Chibian show, and it's going to be happening, baby. It was a good time.
Wait a minute. Do you have a show under your belt already?
Yeah. We did on Sunday. We did the first episode of season 2, baby.
Season 2, it's back. Okay. Now, you have to avoid what's known as pod fade. Pod fade is a term when a person starts a podcast and then they just stop doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that's 100% why I'm glad to be back. You know what I mean?
Kyle, you're an absolute saint. We appreciate you as always.
All right. Love you guys. Deuces.
Yes, sir. There you go. Kyle, deuces. I got to take a break because this puppy looks like she has to go pee. I'll be back. While I was away. Excuse me. Young Adam Schwab says, late to the party. Have I missed anything? Oh, yeah, you got to go back and listen. It's the epilogue on the Kenney debacle with Z-Speed. What a dumbass thing that is. Amanda writes, okay, here's something off topic for you guys. I found a turtle in my front yard this morning. I've been here 2.5 years, almost 3, and that's never happened. What? Sometimes I scratch my head. Just like, what, why? Huh? Chris says, did anybody watch Darla and Bruce at the beginning of Eric's interview last night? Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. When I was talking with Bendr Bones, they were just wrestling. I was like, come on. I wanted them to stop. Linda says, who here has access to the old Zaniacs page now called Castaways? We need to see if there's any post-incident activity on there from yesterday. I know plenty of people who have access to it. Chris, in fact, is one of them. Oh, my God. Chris, get on it. Amanda says, I don't see anything. And Chris confirms that. Ryan says, we will definitely not have to hear about how Kenney came up with the Zaniac name and how it hurts him that it's taken negatively now. I will not miss that. Is Ben and Eric tonight? Yes, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. with Ben and Eric, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I'm looking forward to that, as always. Okay. Let's see. What did I want to talk about now? Oh, my God. So, yeah, the other day I talked to you. Carl gave me a breakdown of the whole debt ceiling thing. And I know that's not really sexy. But this is actually very, very important to a lot of people. And if this doesn't, get worked out, it's fucked up. And I think they're getting close now because the lower house, the House of Representatives, they approved the bill to avoid the default. And now it goes to the Senate. The Republicans wanted them to not spend as much money, which I really have a hard time not agreeing with that. I mean, why would you run? It's silly to me. It's remarkable to me that we even run the business with the deficit. Like if I ran the Eric Zane Show podcast and said, okay, for this year, my podcast, I'm going to bring in this amount of dollars, but I plan on spending twice as much. I wouldn't survive. I'd be out. I'd be homeless. How can we even run the nation like that? You get in so many $1 trillion in tax money, but you spend so much more than that, more than $1 trillion more. The overall debt of the country is $31.5 trillion. I just don't get it. Kevin McCarthy, who is the the majority leader, said the party was working to give America hope as he launched into a late evening speech extolling the bill's budget cuts. So there was concessions made. The Democrats were like, yeah, all right, we're going to cut this. We're going to cut this, going to cut this. And here's a little bit about that. Amid deep discontent from Republicans who said the spending restrictions did not go far enough, McCarthy said it's only a first step. I have a hard time not getting behind a Republican bill that supports appropriate spending. I think that is appropriate. I would support that. The package makes some inroads in curbing the nation's debt, as Republicans demanded, without rolling back Trump-era tax breaks as Biden wanted. To pass it, Biden and McCarthy counted on support from the political center, a rarity in divided Washington. In a statement released after the vote, Biden said, "I have been clear that the only path forward is a bipartisan compromise that can earn the support of both parties. This agreement meets that test." Biden ends up looking good at the end of this. And I think McCarthy does too. Now, the ones in the middle, like Bernie Sanders is like, we cannot have a bill that takes money from our most vulnerable people. Like one of the things was people who survive on food stamps. This bill requires some degree of work requirement for people who collect food stamps. And Sanders is like, no, we cannot do that. These people cannot work. And I don't know that. He seems to think that he knows that. But I would say that there are plenty of people who get government support who cannot work. And there are plenty of people who get government support who actually can work. So I think what's actually happening is somewhere in the middle. And we need to quickly figure out who can't work and who can work. And if you can work, you must work. And if you work, you don't get the free food. Simple as that. What the fuck is wrong with that? Why can't you work? Biden had sent top White House officials to the Capitol and called lawmakers directly to shore up backing McCarthy. I'm sorry, to shore up the backing. McCarthy worked to sell skeptical fellow Republicans, even fending off challenges to his leadership in the rush to avert a potentially disastrous U.S. default. Swift passage later in the week by the Senate would ensure government checks will continue to go out to Social Security recipients, veterans, and others, and would prevent financial upheaval at home and abroad. Next Monday is when the Treasury has said the U.S. would run short of money to pay its debts. I can't imagine that. It's always ridiculous to me that they even run the business like that. It makes me wonder, has there ever been a time in history, I think there has been, when, like, the United States, probably when a Republican was in office, looked at it as, all right, we're going to bring in this amount of money and we're going to spend $1 less than what we're bringing in the black. And that would require cuts to government, to agencies, to entitlements. And that is the big concern. That is what the problem is with tax and spend Democrats. That's why Democrats, in my opinion, financially are horrible for the country. Horrible. Republicans have their shit together. They're like, yeah, we're looking big picture, asshole. All right? You're spending too much fucking money. Democrats don't look at it that way. They think, we'll figure it out. Well, fuck. No, I don't think that's appropriate in any way, shape, or form. So, from a moral standpoint, I'm liberal, and concerning things about equality. But when it comes to the fiscal issues, I am definitely a Republican. So if there's a name to describe that, I don't know what it is. I'd like to just call it Eric is Smarter Than Everybody Party. You too can join. Some of you who know more than I do will say that what I'm describing, my mentality and where I stand politically, that there's an actual term for it, and I don't know. Cole says American. Chris says independent. Aram says Republicans waste plenty of money by funneling it to corporations, same as Democrats. Ryan says Newt's shutdown of the government caused Sleazy Bill to get himself a BJ from an intern. Commendable. That sounds very antagonizing to me. Amy says libertarian. I don't know. I don't know if that makes me a libertarian. I don't. Perhaps, but I feel that if I start to label myself something, then I start to think with blanket ideas and blanket thoughts, which to me is horrible. Stop chewing on the metal. The dog chews on the metal chair. It's going to damage your teeth, little one. Chris says Newt Gingrich, last speaker to pass a balanced budget. Ryan says, imagine how many trillions we could have if we didn't give false PPE loans to any regular Joe out there. Man, I know somebody who I think owes the government over $40,000. Ryan says the debt is so massive, I cannot understand how as a country we cannot stop this crazy spending. I am also conservative in this regard, but definitely not a MAGA-ist. Oh, no, the MAGA. The MAGA scum don't understand the shit that I'm describing right now about the fiscal nature of this. MAGA people, all they care about is hating on gays and black people. That's what the MAGA scum are all about, and overthrowing the government and shit like that. They don't even know anything about the fiscal responsibility of any of this shit. They don't care. They're stupid. Kyle says the GOP is pulling this bullshit with Biden. Same with Obama. They never pulled this shit under Trump. It's a poor attempt to make the opposite party look bad. Well, I don't know. It seems to me like they're getting it done. I don't know if anything. I don't think that this is making Biden or the Republicans look bad. Ryan says, I try to vote for the least crazy person who might do the least damage to our nation. Can't identify as a Democrat, old school Republican, or MAGA. Yeah, that's why I don't want Trump to win. You could put the worst candidate ever, and that might even be Biden. I just wouldn't vote for Trump. A little bit more on this. The 99-page bill restricts spending for the next 2 years, suspends the debt ceiling to January of 25, and changes some policies, including imposing new work requirements for older Americans receiving food aid and green lighting an Appalachian natural gas line that many Democrats oppose. So there's an energy angle to it. I'd like to know more about that. Raising the nation's debt limit, now $31 trillion, ensures Treasury can borrow to pay already incurred U.S. debts. That's crazy. Top GOP deal negotiator Representative Garrett Graves of Louisiana said Republicans were fighting for budget cuts after the past years of extra spending. First, during the COVID-19 crisis when they were giving money to any old Joe, and later with Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, with its historic investment to fight climate change paid for with revenues elsewhere. This doesn't by any means mean that this is going to pass the Senate. If it does not, that's going to be a problem. Then it's back to the drawing board. Chuck Schumer, Democratic Majority Leader, said there's no room for error. Oh, boy. Senators who have remained largely on the sidelines during these negotiations are insisting on amendments to reshape the package, but making any changes at this stage seems unlikely with so little time to spare before Monday's deadline. Oh, man. This could get ugly. If that happens, whatever you do, do not look at your 401k. Don't do it. Pretend it didn't happen. Go to work and avoid any type of story talking about how the stock market is down 99%. No big deal. It'll recover. Holy shit. Danny Masterson has been convicted of rape. Oh, fuck. The dude from that 70s show. Oh, my God. He had been tried before, and I think it was like a hung jury or something like that. So they went back to the drawing board, and they did it again. And this time, prosecutors were successful.
Tonight, a Los Angeles jury finding actor Danny Masterson guilty of 2 counts of rape. After this jury deliberated for something like a week, they were deadlocked on a 3rd count. We're learning that inside the courtroom, Masterson, you see him here, he was one of the stars of that 70s show. He was taken out in handcuffs as his wife was in tears, family and friends standing in silence. Masterson was accused of sexually assaulting 3 women 2 decades ago. He apparently met them through the Church of Scientology. This was his 2nd trial on these charges after the first ended in a mistrial. I want to bring in Dana Griffin now. Dana, bring us up to speed here.
So, Hallie, we have yet to hear from a representative from Masterson. We're hoping to get a statement soon. But this all stems from that 2020 arrest where Masterson was accused of raping 3 women, including a former longtime girlfriend, all members of the Church of Scientology. And this is the retrial, as you mentioned. That first trial ended in a mistrial. But here we have the 2 counts of felony rape. And on that 3rd count that involved Jane Doe 3, that was declared a mistrial here. The 47-year-old pleaded not guilty to those 3 counts and says that he is innocent. And this case really stemmed around the drugging element of this case that was not introduced during that first trial in 2022, where it resulted in a mistrial. This time, the judge allowed the evidence and testimony about the women being drugged, and that may be reason why the jury found him guilty, at least on those 2 counts. They've been deliberating since May 17th, nearly 2 weeks, and today we have that final result. Masterson has been out on bail since 2020, but today the judge remanded him back to court. Well, he will stay until August 4th, when sentencing occurs. He faces up to 30 years to life in prison, Hallie.
What about the victims? What are we hearing from them, especially after that one charge that ended in a deadlock, apparently?
So I've got a statement here for you, and this came from 2 of the victims. One we have from Jane Doe 2. She writes, I am experiencing a complex array of emotions, relief, exhaustion, strength, sadness, knowing that my abuser, Danny Masterson, will face accountability for his criminal behavior. I am disappointed that
occasionally you hear about abusers being brought to light, and then sometimes they just retire. And then that's it. That's the end of their career. I'm not talking about anyone specific. It could be any old Joe who, beat the shit out of women, and then the story comes out, and then they retire from their career and sail off into the sunset.
He was not convicted on all counts. We also got a statement from Jane Doe 3, who was Masterson's longtime girlfriend. She said, while I am encouraged that Danny Masterson will face some criminal punishment, I am devastated that he has dodged criminal accountability for his heinous conduct against me. She also added that she plans to continue her fight towards justice in criminal court, in civil court.
Oh,
Hallie?
Okay.
Dana Griffin live for us there from L.A. Dana, thank you.
Okay, so the idea that he's in jail until sentencing, so enjoy your summer. I think that's what they said. Chris says maybe that's why he went to L.A. He heard the Scientologists accept abusers. Yeah, I know of a guy, any old Joe, who just moved to California. He's in Oakland. Maybe something going on there. I don't know. Ryan says Scientology. Just like that creepy John Travolta motherfucker. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out what the Church of Scientology has to do with the trial besides the fact that they are all, that they just all are Scientologists. I saw another story. I heard it in passing talking about it was Scientology evidence that actually led to being successful that the trial was successful for the people that were accusing him of that and getting him convicted. Very strange. But now 30 years potentially, 30 years to life. So there's no way that this guy avoids any type of hard time, significant hard time. If it's the low end is 30 years and he's 47. So pretty much the back half of his life will be behind bars, and he could very well get longer than that. Now, I don't know, maybe paroled early for good behavior or whatever. You're looking at 20, but holy shit. All because he's a fucking psychopath and needs to have sex with women against their will. This is fantastic. I'm glad it's happened. Tyler says, knowing the justice system, there'll be some kind of plea deal. Well, he's already been convicted. You're guilty. You can't cop a plea when you've already been convicted. Ryan says Danny Masterson gets to go to jail, but Trump rapes, grabs, steals, cheats, and never sees any trouble. Great legal system. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, he was convicted. Trump was convicted, found liable in a civil court. That was not a criminal court. That's a terrible thing to say about the former president right there, Ryan. Kyle seems to think that Trump will eventually get in trouble, and he says, just wait. All right. So that's fucking crazy about Danny Masterson. Good. He deserves it. I have been waiting and dying to get to this footage to share with you about the craziest play to end a high school baseball game. This is in upstate New York. All right. It's confusing because both teams are wearing red jerseys. Hornell is leading 5-4 over Palmac. Bottom of the last inning, bottom of the seventh, they play 7 innings. 2 outs. Palmac has a man on second. This is the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen in sports. The pitcher pitches. He's down. The guy who's up to bat is down to his last strike. He strikes out, but the ball grazes the ground. The ball touches the ground. So he swings, misses, but the ball touches the ground, and the ump knows it. Now, when the ball touches the ground, even though he struck out, he can still run to first. That's a very common, everybody knows that, or should know that. Maybe you don't. But in baseball, if the catcher drops the ball or the ball hits the ground, the runner takes off to first. But every player on the team in the field thinks that the game is over and that he struck out. Except one guy on the Hornell team, the second baseman. He is aware that this is a live ball. Palmac is down 2 runs. As I said, 5-4. They got a man on second. Runner starts running to first. And all the catcher has to do is either tag him or throw the ball to first base, and he's out. That does not happen. I take it back. I already fucked this up. The batter does not swing, but it's still a strike. But somehow the ball winds up touching the ground. So it's a live ball. But it doesn't matter. The guy's out, but they got to get him out at first.
Strike 3. And he's out. Hornell wins it.
Look at the second baseman. Look at the guy's. He's rounding the bases.
Oh, wait a minute. Hornell's got to pay attention.
1 run scores. There's the second baseman now. The second baseman's at home saying, "Give me the ball."
I'm not sure what's going on here.
That's the winning run.
So is this the way it's going to end? Wow.
So this is one of the craziest ways that I've ever seen a baseball game end. And I'm not making this video to call out the team or the catcher, because I know this had to be an incredibly tough way to lose a championship game. But this video is making its way across the internet, and I want to talk about this so that we can hopefully learn from it. So let's set the scene. It's bottom of the 7th, 5-4.
I already did this.
Or throw the ball to first. Inside, throw the ball to first. Screaming up and down, all in his back pocket.
Okay.
Not touch him.
Catcher puts the ball in his back pocket.
So right there, you have to throw the ball to first. But instead, the catcher puts the ball in his back pocket and starts to celebrate. So he throws his helmet. They all start to jump up and down. Everyone's super excited. But not this guy right here. Second baseman. Watch the second baseman here. He is screaming. He's pointing, he's screaming. Guys are running around the bases. He sprints all the way in. Now, here he is right here. Now he's frantically looking for the ball. Where is the ball? He has no idea. He's trying to find it to tag someone out. Ball's in the catcher's back pocket. After he realizes, he goes over. Now I think he's going to scream at the catcher. But just a terrible, terrible way to lose. And now the home team is jumping up and down, celebrating.
Oh, my God.
The staff is upset. But unfortunately, that's the rule. So great job by the offensive team, by the hitter to sprint out of the box.
Holy shit. What a way to lose. Now, if you back this up.
2-2, 2 on. Strike 3.
They're playing the music. It's like, tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a good night.
Oh, wait a minute. Hornell's got to pay attention. I'm not sure what's going on here. So is this the way it's going to end? Wow.
Wow. Watch number 6 here. Watch what he does. Or not number 6. That
Hale Mac's going to win it?
Did you see that kid throw his fucking glove like Tanner from the Bad News Bears? Watch this. Oh, fuck!
Hale Mac's going to win it?
Now watch. The umps are going to say, yeah, you guys won.
So they're going to send everyone back here. I'm not sure what they're doing to talk about it. Maybe not. Oh, they're giving it a victory. Wow, this has got to be the most bizarre ending I've ever seen, and Hornell's going to lose the championship because of that.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine how fucked up the catcher is for life? You know, right away, you gotta start doing like some pre-crime on there. Lock down the schools. Lock the kid up. The dumb fuck catcher who put the ball in his back pocket. That kid is going to shoot up a school. You know? That's you really got to keep your eye on that kid. He is definitely a problem going forward. There's no recovery from that. In fact, if that kid shot up a school, they would actually say, that's okay. We get it. It's not a problem that you shot up, that you killed the whole school. In fact, we'll help you blow up another school. It's okay. It's acceptable. Holy shit. Chris says 72 hours psych hold on the catcher. He put the ball in his pocket. Oh, God. Oh. The whole team's going to do a code red like they did to Santiago and A Few Good Men. Great reference. Ugh. Tyler says, I almost made the school shooter joke, but I ripcorded. No, you got to make that joke. You have to. You're doing so well in your tutelage, and you're learning about joke placement. That's a great joke. Oh. That kid is fucked. My God. Live ball, drop third strike. You idiot. Yeah, and if you're the coach, the coach is always like, hey, that's okay. Things happen. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You say, take off your gear and get the fuck out of here. And you don't ever come back. That's what you do. Your life is over. You deserve this. You deserve the rest of your life ruined for putting the ball in your back pocket, you asshole. Sir Bob of Oliver says, 1-star review for the catcher. Nominee for asshole of the day, future school shooter catcher. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's without a doubt. Today's show, in addition to being brought to you by Z-Speed Mobile Mechanic, reach out to Z-Speed, voted number 1 in Nashville, serving Nashville and all of Gallatin, Tennessee. Call them at 615-669-8881. Quote, I love them. Kenney. Hey, it's too far. Too far, man. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600. A serious sponsor. Get your car repaired at Irvine's, 616-532-6600. ER Vines, that's ervines.com. Check out their Google reviews, 5 stars. It's impossible to average 5 stars. If you've got like 300 5 stars and then 1 star, there's always, well, even if they do a 4 star, it's going to fuck it up for you. You really got to, but Irvine's is so close. 616-532-6600. I'm rounding up and just giving them the 5 stars. ER Vines, ervines.com. Thank you, Kent County Health Department. The WIC program. If you or someone you know or love is struggling to keep food on the table, what you do is you reach out to the Kent County Health Department, 616-632-7200, or go online to accesskent.com/health. Ask about how the WIC program can help you or someone you know or love. Thank you to them. I will be at Berlin Raceway this weekend, and I want to see you there. BerlinRaceway.com. Tickets are $14 for adults, 15 and under free, parking free. Bring in a cooler with all of your snacks and sodas, beverages, pops. No alcohol, no glass. Plenty of booze for sale at the track. One of you audience members is going to ride around in the pace truck. Go to my post on Facebook promoting this weekend's races at Berlin, Faith and Family Night, and sign up just by liking. I'll give away the prize a little later on today, which is 4 tickets and a ride in the pace truck to someone. If not, buy the tickets, and I'll see you there. BerlinRaceway.com. The asshole of the day, brought to you by TC Paintball. Yesterday it was Kenney. The day before it was me. Today it's the future school shooter catcher. Is your asshole of the day for Palmac. Way to go, dumbass. God forbid if he's watching this. Cole says, asshole of the day, Kenney again, back-to-back champ. Well, if it wasn't for the catcher, yes. Poor Kenney. We love you, Kenney. Oh, I like nice Kenney. I don't like entitled crybaby asshole Kenney. Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you. I appreciate you. Be back on Patreon, where you can sign up for free for 7 days. Patreon.com/Eric Zane.